Aloha Friday, everybody. Kamaka Brown right here with the Sandwich Islands Social Network. Thank you so much for joining us. The Aloha Friday video podcast with the Sandwich Islands Social Network is a series of interesting, fun conversations sharing the lives and journey of people in our island community, no matter where they may be. The Sandwich Islands Social Network is a nonprofit organization serving Hawaiians and Hawaiians at heart away from their island homes, and we gratefully accept tax-deductible donations to support the work we do in the community. You can go to sandislands.org. You see that on your screen, upper right-hand corner, to find out exactly how you can help be a sustaining member of our ohana at the Sandwich Islands Social Network. We want to remind our friends watching our Facebook Live broadcast that the Aloha Friday with the Sandwich Islands Social Network is a live, interactive, chat-driven show. So we welcome your comments and questions throughout our video podcast. We love to hear from you. So all the gang gonna no scared jump in vala'a with us right here on the Aloha Friday show video podcast. And you know what? Waiting very patiently, very patiently, I might say, in our virtual green room, enjoying the kozo sushi platter. Auntie would make some pateles, and there's also had some smoked marlin. So my uncle from Kona would send some smoked marlin for brought over there. So he's grinding right now. Let's go to our him come on. He's gonna join us right now.
Is this all for me?
Wow. There we go. Right now, welcome, Billy V. What's up, buddy?
Hey! How you, Kamaka?
We good. Hold on. Hey, again. Brother, you look at trees in the back of me. I get some many hoonies up in the trees. You see the trees in the back? And
let me tell you, you need some of those many hoonies to come down and eat some of this food you left in the green room, bro. It's like, wow. Thanks, sir.
Hey, you know what? Nothing is too good for you, Billy. You are the man for today. But we get many hoonies up in the trees behind me, and they have to blow the welcoming poo. It's the Portuguese conch shell. Ready? Okay, now you are officially... oh, he's blowing one more for you. Must be special, bro. So now you are officially welcome to the Aloha Friday video podcast right here on the Sandwich Island Network. So I gotta ask you the question: how you, bro? You moving all the time, bro?
Well, we just got off of sunrise. Just kind of pulled into the studios here and just came rushing in. I'm glad I wasn't late, and Kalamai didn't make sound check a little bit earlier. But no, hey, happy Aloha Friday, everybody, and thank you for watching. And I do have to tell you, brother, it's a little bit uncomfortable for me today to be on the show because I'm so used to being the host, I'm not used to being the guest. But I gotta tell you, you had Andy Bumatai on just the other day, and Andy is solid.
Hey, the slipper is on the other foot, brah. The slipper is on the...
As long as that slipper don't come up and whack me upside the head, then we're good.
It's all good. So, you know what? I learned that you was born in Long Beach. Long Beach represent Long Beach, California.
LBC,
yeah, bro.
Small kind.
But you landed.
That was
7 years old.
Go ahead.
7 years old. Kailua Kona. Booyah!
Yeah, Dad is from the continental United States, and Mom is from the mainland. This is the mainland here, yes. So so just to say, and so Mom is from Kauai, and we go back generations back on the island of Kauai. Dad is from Van Nuys, California, so Mom was a Polynesian dancer back in the '60s and used to go travel up and down. And my dad saw her and went to the next place that they performed and went to the next place they performed, and next thing you know, they have kids. Everybody goes, "Oh, that's such a nice story." I says, "Yeah, these days they call that stalker, But
I can either confirm or deny that.
So that's how that all started.
Kealakehi Elementary School. Does the name Will Murakami say anything to you, Mr. Murakami?
Wow. Former
Ooh.
principal, and at that time was my teacher back in the day. And I believe that was that eighth grade? Was that? I think it
Seventh or
was,
eighth
I
grade,
think it
huh?
was eighth, seventh or eighth
Yeah.
grade, yeah.
Will Murakami and I worked at the Kona Surf together at the Maki room. And he would ask for days off and stuff because he had a parent teacher. He would come in late for work and stuff. Yes, yes, Will Murakami.
Okay. I don't know if you know, but there used to be a guy who used to work in the maintenance department.
Hmm.
At the Kona Surf Hotel at one time. I don't know if because plenty
Yep.
Kona people, they work at different times at places.
Yep, yep.
And his name was Bill. And I don't know if you know a guy named Bill Van Osdol. Probably
That's
about 5 foot.
that sounds familiar.
Okay.
Because I was there from '79 to
If you know
'84.
that guy, yeah, yes, back in the 70s. That's my dad.
Ay, ay, ay. Holy moly, brother. How amazing is that,
My-
man?
Dad worked in every single hotel up and down the coast. He worked there when they blew up the King Kamehameha Hotel. Do you remember that?
Oh, yes. But that was after I left, but I remembered it very distinctly because I
They
lost
waited until you left and they says, "Oh, he's not here anymore. Let's blow up the hotel and we go make one new one." See what you started, bro.
even the Keho Beach Hotel, right? Once they kind of declared it the kind, we would go up there because they heard they had the kepaloa. They had ghosts on certain, so we go up there nighttime just to see if any of the night marches would come true. But that's another story.
Okay, which means that you would remember the Kona Lagoon Longhouse.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And downstairs,
Bro, we used to go over there and Cecilio Capono, Kalapana. I saw Kenny Loggins in concert
the
there.
Longhouse was the place to go. And downstairs, Herb Kani had a studio downstairs in the lobby, and I used to go sit in his and watch him as he was creating some of his magic over there. Wow, you know what? We got to do part two of this already. I can tell, Billy. We got to. It's just like this. So I gotta do it real quickly because bing 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 in my ear. We have so many of our friends want to say aloha, and they're gonna get really nuha with me if I don't smell them. Okay, so give me a second. Laura Brower, welcome, Laura. Nice to have you with us. Thanks for jumping in. Oh my goodness,
Laura, I love you.
Marty Burns says aloha kako. That's our brother Marty. Oh, brother can make mochi, lilikoi mochi. Amazing. Kay Bennett says aloha from the East Wing of the estate over here. C Honda, how's it? Kamaka and Billy V. Look at all these guys.
Wow, it's the Bumatai crew.
It's the Bumatai. You smell them.
Mm-hmm.
C Honda comes and checks up on me as well. Welcome back, Billy. How was Japan? We'll talk about those trips, man. You with your travels. Who else is coming? Oh, Heke Ole, Aloha Billy V and Kamaka. Welcome to the Aloha Friday show. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This one is celebrating her birthday. Melvin Lee. Oh.
Hi, Mels.
Woo-hoo. Billy has memories.
Mels, I will be there. I promise. I will be there.
Billy has memories, legends, travel stories, and a golden heart. Aw, I love him. Love you, Melvin. And how ole laha now. Not able to be with you, but Billy, please take my love and aloha. The party coming up. I think it's coming up this week, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Also, Nani Carvalho says aloha, Uncle Kamaka.
Hi, Nannies.
Her and Danny, good friends. Good friends. Oh, they're coming in fast and furious over here. There is Carly Malls, aloha Kamaka. And if I
Carly, I just saw your daughter.
See all the ohana jumping in over here. And forgive me if I miss you. They're coming in really, really fast. But aloha and welcome to all. I think I got everybody. If not, e kalamai. Welcome everybody for jumping on over here. So, brah, if we was in Kailua Kona right now, us Kona boys, we're going to grind. Oh, by the way, I was living up behind you in Konawaina. You was going Konawaina High School. I was living at Green Rail Ranch,
Yep.
bro, up that road in the middle of a macadamia nut tree grove. And nighttime, the pigs would come grunting and growing. They crack the macadamian. And the hunters loved the meat of the pigs up there because all that sweet oil from the mac make the meat so ono. And we had some beautiful luau's up in the Green Rail Ranch, man. But if you and I go and grind in
Yeah.
Kona, where we going to grind in Kona? Hmm.
Wow, that's a good,
Yeah?
because I haven't been home
Oh.
and I don't get a chance to go home too often. If we were here, you jump right off the plane. We go highway in. I was just there with John Yamasato just a couple of weeks ago.
John, yes.
But Poke, come on. I can see his face. He's also from Kona too. Oh,
Ooh.
down Keaho. He's got the restaurant that overlooks
Ooh.
everything.
Uh, well, they
It's
had.
gonna bother me. He get Poke contest, chef.
Oh, that's not Sam Troy.
Come on,
Had-
comments. Come on,
Sa-
somebody
Sa-
help me out.
Sam
Write it in
Troy
the
used-
comments.
Sam,
Sam
Troy.
Troy, thank you very
Sam
much.
Troy. I used
Yeah.
to work with Sammy. Yes, 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 yes. And of
we,
course,
we go over there and grind because it's near my parents' house.
I was back in Kona in July, and I had to go back to Tashima's and Kanaleo for their miso butterfish, brah.
Miso
Oh.
butterfish is
Oh.
delicious.
Oh.
It just slides down the throat.
Oh,
It is
I
so
sat there. I called the waitress. I said, "Sister, I get one complaint. I get one." She go, "Oh," I said, "this butterfish. I have a complaint about the butterfish." She said, "What was wrong with it?" I said, "The bugger went and broke my mouth." Okay, when broke my mouth, she went, "Oh my god! Oh my god!" She went back to all the cooks in the back. I then peeped their head out of the door, looking, "Who is that crazy guy?" I said, "Brah, you guys are awesome, man." But they have it down over there, man. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so small, quick story for you. Tashima's, for those of you that don't know, is right next to the dojo. It's up in Honolo, and so they used to have. And I think they still do. They have rooms behind the restaurant, small little one-bedroom rooms, and I swear it's a box, it's a room. Only get enough room for the bed and get bathroom. That's it. No more, nothing else. But it was a wonderful place. For about 2 months, I was in transit. I was moved out of the place that I was in because I could no longer stay there. And I was moving to Honolulu. And so I stayed in that place for a couple months, and I think I ate there like every night. Delicious.
I miss Mrs. Tashima who come walking among the table and she bring little poo poo out, yeah, like hi, how you, and talk story. She's passed, but what a great place to go. Here is Abella, Le Aloha Carol, Aloha Kamaka Billy V. Met you briefly at Jerome Gray's We Are Samoa Diamond Gala last year. You were awesome at the classy event. Yes. And
Bella, thank you so much for the comment. Appreciate that. That was a lot of fun at that.
with the
That
Grays.
was
Yeah.
that was the Grays and Jerome and his kids are so talented, all of them. And then I just recently saw his daughter who was in the movie The Wind and the Reckoning, which, by the way,
Sisa.
if you haven't seen that movie, you got to go see the movie. Sisa was in there. Most of the film is in Olelo, Hawaii. It's all subtitled, but if you ever get the chance, if it comes to near you, it's making its rounds around the country, you got to go see the movie.
We had the cast on our Aloha Friday show and the neat thing about it is the director went to graduated Konawaina. He, and then, of course, from Big Island was Jason Scott Lee, a friend of mine, and he was reporting in. And then from Maui, what was her name? Goodness, it's going to slip my head right
Lindsay.
now. Lindsay, yes,
Lindsay.
Lindsay Watson, I
Yep.
believe it was. So the
Yep.
four of them were on, and we were talking about it. And I had seen it just a couple months before. When I heard the Olelo, Billy V, Waimaka, man, I started to cry. It was so beautiful. It was so, so, so beautiful. Yeah.
I had seen the movie countless amount of times, and it's like you cry every single time. I had I was fortunate enough to be invited to MC the Boston debut. So flew into New York,
Wow.
picked up my son. We both went up to Boston, MC'd it with a lot of the cast there, but. It was incredible. And then I got to travel with them to Apple headquarters, where they were also doing a screening and performances as well. So, yeah, a little bit of personal attachment. Not only was the movie spectacular, awesome from many different standpoints, but just to be able to travel with them was just like, it was awesome.
Did the Hawaiians come out of the woodwork in every place that you went?
Yes, they did.
Huh?
Yes, they did. And they brought food. Yay!
Hey! Here is Kavika Kai. What's up, Kavika? Good morning. He says, Aloha, gentlemen. There's Brother Kavika.
Brother, Waimanalo is still my favorite song from you, Kavika. I love you, brother.
Ooh. And whenever I hear
Hey.
Kavika sing, I think of Palani Van, the King's Own, with that baritone that Kavika has. Amazing.
Yeah, just a reminder, Kavika was part of Kulaivi, who won at the Nahoku Hanahana Awards last year, and they picked up quite a few awards. But just a reminder, Hoku Awards is coming up July 1st, and that's going to be at the Hawaii Theater. You'll be able to see that. It'll be online, and it'll be at hawaiinewsnow.com, and you can go ahead and stream the awards. And I'll be there as one of the people that are emceeing, and I get to be the voice behind the Nahoku Hano Awards for television. Anyway.
Thank you so much. And streaming is so wonderful for us transplants here on the continent. We love it, love it, love it. We get to keep our finger on the proverbial pulse, if you will, of things happening there. So mahalo for doing that, as being part of that streaming. That's just quality stuff for us transplants and us living here on the continent. So mahalo, brother. You're deeply appreciated, really a lot. Now, there's a rumor going around, and I have to, I don't know, either we'll have to put it to sleep or you can confirm it, that there is more than one Billy V that is in the islands. Now, the rumor is that Billy V, the V stands for the Roman numeral 5. And here's a report that I got from one of my Menehunis back on the Aina. You ready for this? Billy V emceed at Baby Luau in Waianae. He did play-by-play for Wahine volleyball game in Pu'uvai, Cavelo's backyard in Laia. He did a promotional appearance for a car wash in Kapolei. He went skydiving in Mokali'ia. He videotaped his zip lining experience at the Kuloa Ranch. He did a review of a new sushi restaurant opening at Waterfront Plaza at Kaka'ako. He taped a segment for Hawaii News Now, actually sitting on the crouching lion in Ka'ava. And he worked in a taro patch, Aloi in Nanakuli at the base of Mount Ka'ala. And that was just Monday. How can you be in so many places? Yeah.
I'd like to say that the part about the lo'i is not true, because actually that was in He'eia. But other than that, yeah, that's about right. I am humbled that people allow me to come to their events and do what I do. For me, it's just fun. I just talked to a friend of mine today, and they were asking me about events that are going on and how do I am I able to do them? I said I'm just an adrenaline junkie. There is so much adrenaline when you get to be around people. For instance, University of Hawaii athletics. So I'm the game day activities coordinator for University of Hawaii women's volleyball, for men's basketball, and for football. And for me to be there, to feel the energy of the crowd, win or lose, it's an adrenaline rush. And so I'm exhausted by the time I'm done, and I might be exhausted the next morning. But for the time that I'm there, it's just, if you're standing inside of the helmet with the smoke coming through and the players are carrying the Hawaiian flag and you hear the conch shell blow. And by the way, on the right side of your screen with the beard and the hat, that's Colt Brennan standing right there watching the players come out. So it's,
Wow.
yeah.
Colt. My. That is chicken skin stuff there. That's chicken skin stuff. Just see that all happen. Um, you have been um, able to enjoy interacting with so many great folks connected to the islands and to our culture. One of the things that is kind of a springboard for you has been the Sunrise Hawaii with this great group of folks. Um, how is it that you're able to keep up that pace there with this is amazing. How do you do it?
Okay, first things first. Everybody that I'm working for, even though you can't see her because it's a little bit cut off, and it's not you, it's probably on my
Try.
side. Yeah,
No,
that. Oh, there she is.
there, sorry.
That
Hello.
in the red. That's Lacey Denise. By the way, she's from Kona too. So just so
Hey.
I've said that, we'll return to that coming up a little bit. But each member of Sunrise is an expert at something, and if they're not an expert at something, they're wanting to know more about everything. And
Wow.
so I get a chance to sit with experts. And so they raise the bar every day on the show. So it's, you got to come in, you got to have game day face on, and you got to be ready to work hard. But I get to have fun with these individuals who have become my family over the past 15 plus years. I think
Wow.
we're on 17 or 18 now that all of us have been together.
Amazing.
Most of us have been together. Some have, come and they're younger, but they've come to us and they've become part of the family too. So that's who I get to stand next to and work with every day.
Kavika,
Um,
Kavika
I,
says
I
Billy
work with a
got.
lot. Oh,
Go ahead. Go ahead. No. Kavika jumped in. He goes, Billy is the one that got me on the baritone voice.
no Akavika, because you get one voice. Oh, every time, it's like Robert Casimiro. It's like Robert standing next to me. Oh, I like punch him in the throat. So no act. You have silky smooth, brother. But thank you. I appreciate the compliment. Thank you. Oh,
Yeah.
Kavika Kahiapo. And his song Waimanalo gets me every time. So,
Every
and
time.
as well as a bunch of other songs. But
Yeah.
so yeah, where was I? What was we talking about? I
We're
forgot. Okay.
we're talking about that group on the couch and how they're all experts, but you mentioned
Mm.
Kavika Kayapo, and we cannot, and it's all because it's all part of the legacy over here. This man, this man.
Ah,
Tell me about that.
Palani Vaughn had come into the station for quite a few interviews over the years. But my relationship with Palani Vaughn, first of all, he has a beautiful daughter, talented daughter, who is a kumuhula and of award-winning halau. And so, hi Hiva, how are you? I love you. Um, Palani and I would bump into each other at all kinds of places. We would occasionally have conversations. We would just wind up at the Iolani Palace at around the same time.
Wow.
And I remember on one distinct day, brother was not happy.
Mm.
And brah. And I had just kind of walked up and he was walking across. I says, bro, what's wrong? Heaha. He goes, I just got that, there's the mound down there in front of the Iolani Palace, right? If you're looking at the palace, it would be on the right-hand side towards the library. He was chasing homeless out of the area.
Oh.
And so he was quite perturbed and bothered by that, and bothered by the response of the individuals to him telling them, you cannot be here. So, but we would sit and we would talk about food. We would talk about we would talk about family. We would talk about ohana. We would talk about various things that it would always tie back into culture and as to who we are as a people. And then there was the other. So I got to spend time with him, with Palani Vaughn, the person. And then you would see him on stage and see that other dynamic of the talent that he exuded, the confidence, the sound, the voice. Hey, 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 hey. It just, those are treasured memories that I was able to spend with Palani Vaughn. And so we got to have him in the Hawaiian 105 studios a bunch of times. As a matter of fact, and my partner, probably at that time or right afterwards, was the one and only Mele Apana. So me and Mel's had, there's Mel's. Hi, Mel's. Yeah, on the left-hand side, that's Mel's. Well, we were in that looks like backstage Waikiki shell. And Kim Janala, Kimye Minor, Guy Hoggy, who I was just with just about 2 hours ago, and Shannon Scott on the right-hand side. That was at a concert, so all of us were there getting to spend some time together.
Yeah, you and Mele, what was the name of the show? Was it the
Na'au Therapy?
Na'au Therapy. That was the best. That was
her.
The absolute best.
She was always talking about Na'au, and one day I said, well, sometimes even your Na'au needs therapy. No, actually, no. It came, I says, sister. She'd always be talking about Na'au. And I'd say, sister, okay, you know what? You need therapy. She goes, no, my Na'au needs therapy because of you, brother. I love you. And right there, I just went, Na'au therapy. Now, sister. And from right there, that's how we came up with the name.
Wow. I'm gonna bring up another face here for you, and I want you to share with this right here, with this brother right here, bro.
Robert Kikaula. That's my classmate. Oh, no. You can leave the picture there.
No.
That's fine.
No.
Robert Kikaula attended Kealakehe until he went to Kamehameha schools. In his junior year, he returned back to Kona because his family's from Kona, and that would be in our junior year. And then senior year, he went back to Kamehameha. His family is absolutely wonderful. Debbie Kikaula works for Hawaiian Airlines, and she is a forever Miss Kona Coffee. And Kim, I haven't seen you in a long time, so anyway, just saying hi to Kimberly Kikaula. But anyway, Robert, of course, one of the most esteemed, well-known voices in sports. And his voice, whenever you hear it, you will automatically know that it's Robert. But for us, he was classmate. And we all got in trouble back in elementary school. Quick story. 6th grade. We're in Miss Fujio's class at Kealakehe, and it's music class. And so me, Kikaula, and Kalani Mills. Hi, Kalani. We had written all the girls' names down, and we started ranking them according to their singing. And the list started going around the room. I didn't pass it around. I don't know if they did, but I guess they did. Oh, we got pulled into her desk. We got pulled into the vice principal's office. Oh, we got in trouble for that. I still don't understand why. You're not supposed to do it. But yeah, we all got in trouble together back in the day. But Robert, always popular, always knew what he wanted. Back in the elementary days, Brent Musburger was the how shall we say? He was the top of the sports world as far as sports announcing back for CBS television back in the day. Robert Kikaula said that when I get older, I want to be Brent Musburger. And he went and he tacked that with a fervor. How would you say? With a passion. And that's what he loved. He loved sports. He loved anything He loved sports, but he loved anything having to do with Hawaii. Anything promoting Hawaii in a positive light. So, not only was he involved with sports and television and programming, but also, just a reminder, also a Hawaii recording artist as well.
Yes. He did that with his daughter of, what was it, that Nat King Cole song?
Yep. Tiara.
Yeah, with Tiara. And that was a, Unforgettable. Is it Unforgettable? Yes, he and
Unforgettable.
Oh, chicken skin to listen to that as well. Here's Lawrence Aki saying aloha. Saying how's it? There's brother Lawrence. There's Catherine Bach.
I used to be Robert Kikaula's neighbor for about a year and a half, I think it was. We lived right next door, literally right next door to each other in an apartment complex.
Aww.
He was watching TV 24/7, and I was always, whoa, Bobo, how you, brah? Long time no see. Aw, thank you.
Bobo just came back from his trip to the continent, and he is back in Wailua, and I visit him whenever I'm back home. Talk about somebody with a beautiful voice. That's brother right there. That's brother right there. Always. He loves Billy V and his smooth radio voice as well. You know what? We're going to take a small kind break, yeah. And when we come back, I'm going to talk a little bit about with Hawaiian Kind 105, some of the changes, if we might, and some of the things that happened in 2021 and moving forward, and the resiliency of all of the individuals that were involved in terms of their support of Hawaiian music, Hawaiian artists, and the entire, that entire sphere of entertainment. And we're gonna do that when we come back. So, small kind break, and it'll be all good. Here we go.
Happy to be back home after a long trip.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back. Good to have you back.
Thank you. Family trip to Rome and Paris, and then dropping off our son in London, where he'll study for a semester at NYU London.
Awesome.
The National Film and Television School of the UK. First time for us to be there, so we did all the Waikiki type of things.
Wow. Tourists.
The Louvre, Arc de Triomphe, Versailles in France, Colosseum in Vatican City, and Rome. Thought a lot about Steve.
Thanks, man.
And we wanted to visit Buckingham, Kensington Palaces, Westminster Abbey, but mostly Windsor Castle. Wish we had pictures, but photos are prohibited in this portion of Windsor. So, in a gallery where there were many items showcased from around the world that were gifted to the royals, on our audio tour there was one item showcase, the ahu'ula that was gifted to King George IV by King Kamehameha II and Queen Kamamalu in 1824. Wow. Now, to hear the pre-recorded section devoted strictly to this gift from our Hawaii ali'i was a surprise and a joy for us to hear and see. To see us represented and talked about in Windsor was an honor. King Kamehameha and Queen Kamamalu contracted measles on that trip and died in England and were returned home with honor by King George IV. Also at Windsor, it was the final resting place of Her Royal Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, along with her grandparents, her parents, her husband, Prince Philip, and her sister, Princess Margaret. So we were able to give our aloha there on the trip.
And you were there because Leon is about to go off to school, so this is a great trip on the way. Did he appreciate it? Did he?
He did. As a matter of fact, there were sometimes he was more wow than us, and there was this intense conversation happening. So it was a really good time, and it was a good trip for just as a family to be there.
I just love that you brought back shortbread cookies with the royals on it from Walker Cookies. I don't know if you saw them.
There may not be many left by now.
And we're back on the Aloha Friday show, video podcast, right here with our guest. And we're so pleased to have him on board to talk story with us. Billy V, welcome, welcome. And if you just joined us, you late already. You miss out the best spot. We had we had the sushi, we had the smoked marlin, we had pateles from Auntie's house. Bruh, you miss out, but that's okay. Still get some, I think, still left. Smoke. So Billy, okay, so well, we just saw over here that you have been associated with some form of communications, whether it be in radio, whether it be television, whether it be in movies. By the way, you an actor too, you bugger. You also get that. We gotta leave that out. By the way, what was your what was it now? What was your role? Hawaii Five-0. That was Hawaii Five-0.
Hawaii Five-0. I got to do a couple of different roles. I got to play a fire inspector. And then I guess actually it started out I was a DLNR officer.
Oh, okay.
Is the first one, and then afterwards I guess I skipped out of that and I became fire department about 5 years later. So I got a chance to, but it was nice because I was able to be the MC for the world premieres and the red carpets for both Hawaii Five-0 from year one all the way through the 10-year run. And then for Magnum PI. As a matter of fact, we just did Magnum PIs a couple of months ago down on Waikiki Beach. So it's always nice to talk story with the stars. And so to have them not only filming here, working here, living here, but to be able to talk story with them too is always nice.
Yeah. How about this crew right here, Billy? Talk about this crew. Lena Girl, Mele, Danielle Tucker.
All of us go back to the days of KCC and FM 100. That went on the air. I was fortunate to be the first music director back in 1990. And so all of us got to work with each other at one time or another. And so Shannon and Lena Girl, who's standing next to me, used to be part of the Short and Sweet show. Mele and I worked together on Hawaiian 105, but we also worked together on KCC and FM 100. Danielle Tucker, of course, as traffic director, worked with all of us at various times. What happened was, this is back, I think it was last year. Was it last year? The radio station decided to go in a different direction. This is during the pandemic now. So they had actually removed a lot of the personalities that were there before. And they kind of cleaned house and made it just a bare bones staff and then decided to rebuild from there. So when that happened, a lot of us got our walking papers within relatively quick notice. There was such a uproar from the community, and they were going to boycott the station. They were going to, protest the station, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, can you put that picture back up just one more time there, Kamaka?
Yes, let me see if I can find that.
All five of us came together, and we were talking, and we were all thinking the same thing, but didn't know how to verbalize it. Basically, what we thought is that, yes, we are all no longer working at the radio station. Yes, we understand that you are disturbed or angered or perturbed, put your own verb there, but you're unhappy with the fact that none of us are there at the times that you thought that we would be there anymore. But we would like to ask you not to boycott the station, not to protest the station, because if you do that, then that works against our Hawaiian music artists.
True.
And our Hawaiian music artists, all of our radio professional lives, that's all we've done is support our radio artists. So if you boycott the station, you are hurting the people that we've been proud to support and proud to call our friends for many, many years. So while we appreciate highly your thoughts, continue to support things local, anything local, music, food, events, activities, culture, language, you name it. So that was the thought behind that picture and the video that we made at Iolani Palace that day.
That was amazing. As far away here on the continent, we felt that aloha. We felt that. And I wanted to include this brief conversation about that subject in our time together, because we felt it all the way over here on the continent as well. That aloha you had for the community, for the culture, for our way of life, in spite of whatever happened. That was huge there. That was really, really huge.
I want to, Kamaka, before you go any further, I do want to add something on that. That I would be amiss if I did not, while this was all of our actions, the five whose picture you saw, we also have to acknowledge our kupuna as well. Honolulu Skylark is hi Sky, I miss you, I really do. I love you a lot. That's my radio kumu, by the way.
Yes.
If not for her, she hired me back in 1986 to be her. I was hired at KCCN AM 1420, and she asked me to be her news director at another radio station. We moved over there, and eventually we came back to KCCN and put KCCN FM 100 on the air. She was our program director and our leader. The reason why I am mentioning this is that because while we made that conscious decision, we made it with the realization of the things that Skylark had taught all of us, because Skylark worked with all of us that was in that picture that you saw in front of Iolani Palace. So we all knew what our kumu would want, and that is to always remember that to support our Hawaiian music industry leaders, up and coming, those that are just doing what they want to support the Nahoku Hanahano Awards, which is excellence, awards for excellence in the music industry. So for me to mention that we did this and this happened without us mentioning Skylark, I need to make sure that I mention my kupuna as well, because they are instrumental in the way we think and what we do.
Whew, brah, it's chicken skin right there. It's chicken skin, brah. That is powerful. That is powerful. And I'm sure she was smiling down at all of you and saying, that's the way, Hawaiian. That's the way we do it. Yeah, absolutely. So over the years, you've crossed paths with this gentleman talking about the voice. The voice. We just had Kimo on our show about a month ago. Oh my God. And we have to go to part 2 with him too, because we had some great stories. Bro,
with Kimo, you need a part 3, 4, 5, because he's got so much ike. He's got so much experiences, people that he's shared with. But the neat thing is that both of us have intersected. Kimo and I share a bunch of things. We both worked in Hawaiian radio. We both stepped away from Hawaiian radio to work at radio stations outside of the genre. He worked for KSSK. I worked for Crater 96. We both came back to Hawaiian radio, and we've both. I was fortunate enough to work as host of the Merry Monarch Festival, but Kimo's voice for multiple generations of dancers at the Merry Monarch Festival. It is Kimo's voice that you are waiting for, because as you stand on the side of that stage,
yes,
and now, under the direction of, your spine stiffens, the adrenaline starts. For some, they start to sweat because they know right now it's game on and you're on. Even before you step foot on that stage, if you're not already there, you're there now. Yeah. So it's Kimo's voice that has always been synonymous with the Merry Monarch Festival. So, And he is also a founder of the Nahoku Hanahano Awards. So there's a tremendous amount of respect for him. He's not only a radio announcer, a Merry Monarch Festival announcer, former hula dancer down in Waikiki, actor. He's been on multiple movies and television productions. All that talent wrapped up in that man right there, Kimo Kahuana.
It's amazing. See, Honda says, I remember your statement talking about that we were talking just a few moments ago. So professional and heartfelt. That's C. Honda. A couple more comments on that as well. And Carly says, you five did something amazing, recommending following the radio no matter what. Indeed. And yeah, Carly says, yes, the voice, talking about Kimo. He is the voice. C. Honda says, yeah, it gives me chicken skin when I hear that voice introducing Mary Monarch. That's a staple as well. And we had such fun on the podcast when Kimo came on. And before we knew it, the time was up, and he go, hey, we got to do this again. I go, absolutely, let's go ahead and book it as well. While we're talking about that, I just want to give a shout out to two folks that I come across. First of all is my good friend Nate Jones, who is our production assistant and talent wrangler, and Guy Hess of Poi Planet. Those two communicated behind the scenes and made all of this happen right over here. So mahalo to those folks that help us make it all happen here today. Thank you, Guy, and mahalo, Nate, for the work that you do, man. Right on, you guys.
Thank you, Nate. And Guy, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So here's something over here, jumping right into this one. Okay, let's talk.
So on the left-hand side, you can see only one side of his glasses, but that's okay. You can leave the picture where it is. That's Jack Black.
That's Jack Black. There.
Okay, so anyway, 3 actors that were part of the motion picture Jumanji, and of course, they've done other things together. So it is just nice to be able, it was a press junket. We were able to come in, interview them. I got to interview Nick Jonas in another part of the property down here on the island of Oahu. Next to me is photographer extraordinaire Courtney Metzger, who not only close personal friend, but also kind of like official photographer, because I've used her for so many things. But anyway, that day we came in, we were sat down. There were many press from across the country that had come to be on Oahu for this event, specifically for the movie. So we come bearing the Puakeni lei, being that they're all men, and being that Courtney is kind of speechless because she's about to be in front of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I give her the lei. I says, okay, I'll give you the lei. I will sit down, I'll ask the questions, you give them the lei, you give them a hug or whatever, and you take the pictures. Okay, got it. We get there. We're waiting for what seems like forever. And then all of a sudden they say, okay, move. You're moving in now. I says, oh, okay. We get there. We hurry up. Okay, I get set. Okay, I get into position. I'm seating down. I'm looking at the guys. I say, hi. Oh, wait a minute. Something for you. Courtney. Cue Courtney, the lei-giving girl. So she comes in. She starts to give the lei. She gives one lei. She gives the second lei. She knows that there is a timer going on how much time I have. So she's already got a mental clock going up here. I've got to hurry up. She gives Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson the lei. She takes a couple of steps back. She, all of a sudden, in a couple of moments, is mad at herself because she did not give him a kiss. She did not give him a hug because she was too much in the zone. So she had her chance right there, and she didn't get it, and she kicks herself. And I amuse with the story of talking about Courtney, who waited for this day to be in front of The Rock, because she was like, oh, he's so. I said, do you need a cigarette? Are you okay? She gave the lei, And she looked at him, and she backed up. And I was like, okay, let's do the interview. And then we were ushered as soon as the interview was done. Okay, you guys got to go. Okay, next one's in. Next one, you guys are out. And we were gone. So that's the story. But we did get the picture. That's the one thing that I was happy about.
You did. This over here also is two gentlemen who have impacted contemporary island music for so many years. It's amazing that these two continue to produce just an entire, in their own category of music, these right down to today.
Of course, Keola and Kapono Beamer, Honolulu City Lights back in the day, and then Keola and Kapono Beamer went their own separate ways. Keola has been, along with his wife, involved and continues to be involved in culture, in music, in retreats, and still teaches. Henry is getting ready to celebrate 50 years of the music of Cecilio and Kapono. So coming up, I think it's August 24th. I don't have my calendar in front of me, although I have my phone on. I should look at it before I say anything. But Henry is going to have his celebration concert. He's going to go in July through the continental United States. So he's probably coming to a place near you. But coming up on August 26th, that is a Saturday. And I'm looking at my phone, and there it is. Yep. Okay. August 26th, Waikiki Shell. Wait. August 26, Waikiki Shell, Henry Kapono in concert, celebrating 50 years of the music of C&K. So,
is it Tom Moffat?
I get to be
Tom
MC
Moffat
that
now, right? Isn't it the Tom Moffat?
It's the Tom Moffat.
Yeah.
Tom Moffat Waikiki Shell. So, I'm going to be MC there for Henry's asked me to be MC that night.
Nice.
We're going to have a bunch of other people that'll come out also on the stage, but cannot wait. And you better have your singing voices ready, because you know you're going to sing every single song that Henry sings and the group sings.
Let's watch this right now.
Welcome back. Hey, you know Henry Kapono. It's always a good time together. And Henry Kapono has lots to celebrate. So let's go down the list. It's the 5th anniversary of his Henry Kapono Foundation. 30 years of Dukes on Sunday. That's amazing. And the 50th anniversary of the Songs of C&K. So get ready to sing along. He's headed out to a concert venue near you. It starts in the first week of July in San Diego, winds through the West Coast. He heads here August 26th at the Tom Moffat Waikiki Shell. Want more information on this? It's going to be awesome. Go to henrykapono.com.
There you go.
Wow, who is that guy? I should hire him. He has all the information.
Henry's going to be here in Southern California, and I have the pleasure of being MC for his show in the Coach House. In the Coach.
High five. High five. High five.
Poof. July 8th at the Coach House in San Juan Capistrano. And looking forward to hanging out with Lopaka Colon, that you saw there. I think Alex Kawakami is also going to be along for the ride. And it's going to be a good time. A lifetime party, indeed, right here in Southern California. And oh my, the comments coming in over here. Laura Barra says, yes, he's going to be in Solara Beach. That's in San Diego, right? And also on July 8th in San Juan Capistrano. So we'll see you there, Laura, hopefully in San Juan Capistrano. And,
Laura gets the award for seeing Henry the most down at Duke's Waikiki, I think.
How long has
Laura, I know where you are.
It's been 30-something years, right, at Duke's. I think he's been there 30-something. Oh, man, it's amazing. Nate Jones says, aloha for the shout-out. Kamaka, mahalo for coming on the show. Billy, enjoyed your remembrances of some of those we've lost in recent years, including Robert Kikaula, Palani Vaughn, Honolulu Skylark, and many of the others. Yes, indeed.
Thank
Mahalo,
you,
brother Nate. Yeah. Carly says, yeah, we're going to be in California July 5th and 8th, and then in Waikiki. We got all our tickets, Billy.
Wow. Okay. I'm not surprised by this, because the last time that I was at the Grammys week in Los Angeles, Laura was there and Carly were there, and so got to spend time with them. in Los Angeles. So hi, you guys. I wish I could go with you, but thank you.
Laura says, hey, Kimiko Ohana is going to be at the International Marketplace tonight, 6:30. See, she keeps up on all this.
Laura, where are you? Are you here?
She's got to be. She knows all of that. Oh my goodness. That's great. And I had to do this, and I'm asking a Kalamai before I even do this. I had to do this. I'm sorry. I had to. This must have been class picture. What grade, Billy?
Okay, this is class of 19. And so, I'm gonna kind of go on this. This is a surf shirt. This is an OP shirt.
Ooh.
And if it's hard to tell because it's black and white here, but I had a lot of hair back then. A lot of hair. See, I wish I had that kind of hair now, but I did. I had lots. As a matter of fact, ask any one of my classmates. It was more like an afro because when I was in California, it was very straight. I looked like Filipino boy, and then with the way that my hair was cut, looked more like rice bowl haircut. And then you come to Hawaii, and the humidity just makes it curl, and I had this afro that I couldn't control. I'm surprised it looked that good in the picture because, man, there were most days it did not.
And before we go, want to say aloha to your beautiful family, your wife and son. And you mentioned that in the clip about your trip to Europe. And so, beautiful family. And he's away at school still? Where is your...
Well, actually, we're all home in the same place, and which is very, very seldom because my wife teaches hula in Japan. Her kumu is Kumu Hula Blaine Kia here on the island of Oahu. As a matter of fact, we just traveled with Kumu to Japan on that last trip. So my wife bounces between here and there. My son is a student at NYU, and he applied to study abroad, and he got it. And so he studies film. So he was in London for a semester. When we went to Japan, he's back home for the summer, a student at University of Hawaii, Manoa, and then go Bows. And then he returns back to New York coming up in the fall semester for his senior year.
Wow. Laura says, I'm chilling at the Waialae Beach Park. That's where I'm at right now. Now notice that. She's at the beach park, which means that she's under the sun, with sunscreen on, I hope, and reapply, Laura. And she's got a cool drink container of probably water or something. Sure.
And she's on her cellular phone watching this live stream.
Amazing.
Sis, gotta love you.
Amazing. Oh my goodness, look at the time already. My good. We haven't even started with the stories and mo'olelos that we're going to talk about here, Billy. We got to do at some point part number 2 because I know you have so many wonderful mo'olelo to share, man. So many.
Kamaka, if I can make an announcement real quickly.
Please,
here, if that's
yes,
okay with you.
Of course.
Hello to my family and friends that are also joining us here on the broadcast and popping in on Kamaka Brown Show, and I'm so glad that you're here and continue to support Kamaka and all of his wonderful guests. For the last couple of weeks, because of the schedule, my live streams on Saturdays have been dark. Not only did I have to go travel on the trip, but I also had to go travel to visit mom and dad and take care of them on Hawaii Island. But coming up tomorrow on a Saturday, that'll be June 17th, starting at 11 a.m., we're going to crank back the show because we've got new computer in place and hopefully everything works now because I was having problems at the station. You know that story if you were watching the show. So tomorrow, we're back on, and that is, I haven't even announced that on my social media. You're hearing it first here with Kamaka.
Right here. You heard it first. Oh my goodness. It's been fun. Thank you so much, Billy. Appreciate your time. And, you know, we have a picture of, the last picture I have of you is like this. You're all right. You're always on the go. I have to keep you still. There you go.
Hey, malama pono, aloha ahui ho. Thank you, and I hope you don't mind, but all this food in the green room, can I wrap this and take this home with me?
Yes, you have to, because you're our guest. Our next guest will be next week Friday, so you gotta.
Oh, no. This is not going to last till then. This food's too good. Okay, I'll take this. Thank you, everybody.
There he
Saran wrap,
goes.
please. Thank you.
Sir.
Saran wrap. Thank you.
There he goes into our virtual green room. Big mahalo nui loa to Brother Billy V for dropping in to the Aloha Friday show with the Sandwich Islands Social Network. Thank you, everybody, for popping in and helping us enjoy the visit with Billy V here. And we look forward to seeing all of you next time on the Aloha Friday show. And by the way, our next guest on Aloha Friday is going to be Clyde Kusatsu, and he has been, if you're in Hawaii, he's been in a bunch of commercials, bank commercials, you name it. He's a voice artist, he's an actor. He's got over 180 film credits. This guy is amazing. Next Friday on our Aloha Friday video podcast. Please join us then. Thank you so much. Please have a great weekend. Have a wonderful Aloha Friday. And for now, we say, ahui ho, aloha, malama pono, everybody.